centralized to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon.
They haven't acquiesced their true power. Trust me, I know. And they can't learn it from me. They shouldn't fuck around. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say to that.
Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work and left behind is where you'll stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But
yo, where you at, kid?
Shoot it out in the middle of the street. We got protect plus homeschool. Our babies is up.
Yo, beloved, I'm on my other account.
Worshiping pedophiles, wanna feed out children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher, no am I some pastor or preacher. Was released from prison with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace.
Now, they know before that if they do that, just come on back in. I told the goofy agents to sit their ass down when I create the live. They've been graded for a moment, but they, you know, they goofy.
But when the time comes, shoot it out.
You know what that really means?
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Man, you gonna have me vacuuming the sofa, bro. Now I gotta pull out a wet rag, and I don't have the chamois to do it.
Yeah, come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive.
Come on, man. You know I'm gonna go right, man. You came up to get your neck, bro. I'm gonna take you out, right? I think you can't just tell me. You wanna go home? Want me to open the door? Open the door. You can just run outside. Run outside, just sit outside.
I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The figure fucked that caused my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. The bust off of some ices and veil shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for remarks, velvet. Body you not for Mars, is a female's clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit. To a fly, so haters wanna crucify. A real man, I still stand with the silver hand. But we're Hiller man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm Tuttle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow, I set standards. Catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bruh. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dating space AC, y'all. Buster stuck in the cage, face off. Acting shape the stages of fate, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Sebastian Capero, I'm a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lies what your fans get. Your worlds and pearls what I transmit. As a transcript, or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then he wants the other little people never get a piece of the pie. I don't want to go for the better. I go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas and jackers can't stand me. You niggas just know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Most of the black people, I'm talking to you.
So, y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah, I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fact, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, but the earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the shy spot. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying that ops. From the skybox, I got scope on you pilgrims. The scope with some real ones. Some of our folks are still dumb. Yeah, and blind to the fact that blood we gon' have to spill some. Warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script played out. They keep us engaged, play king or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID's no issue. Could've blown it in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistols. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregard the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big stack, yellow, white, red, brown.
Everybody comment. Yeah, I don't give a damn if you're an agent. Say hi for the one. I'm not gonna go follow your page to see who you are.
Known by his speech, yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. Other than we, a sucker or me, stand on 2 feet.
Everybody's off work, so
the wise man
I hope they ain't out there doing what they shouldn't be.
Silence by clients from conspiring connivance, other aspirants of violence, terrorists of fire, trying to chance to hide. I'm trying to find. And if I was a mother, I'm hearing the sirens. Bring in my ear, they've got.
Oh no, I know you two. I was talking about the other idiot that was sitting here watching that ran off. And then the other ones, they can watch without the number being accounted. But they'll show up. If I was looking over here, it would show them.
The requirements for this climate. Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress. Don't duck, no rap. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. We're foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none. It's personal, know what the business is. Big Mom says come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. There's a big fact.
All right, we got 2 more people in here. Hit the like. If you're gonna stay, if you're streaming, you're just jamming, you might not want to be here. If you came here before, you know what I mean? If you can't say, hey, what's going on, salutations, get gone. If you're an agent, say hi. It's no problem. Don't be a chicken shit. Yellow streak up your damn back. All young and dumb. Think you've been told your past history. All lies. Fucking cowards. Now, I know there's some people from hometown because I hit it. They came over here and they're not going to say shit. They ain't going to do shit. They're going to sit there like the bumps on the logs that they've been. I've already intimidated them. See? They won't say nothing.
I had a vision to pass night, yeah, a circulus round created.
Especially ones from overseas. Them are really some serious chicken shit.
Cause they usurp your power, them saying little sneaky breezies that hurt you. They smile all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bros, but dogs.
Real chicken shit.
So I walk tall kittens while y'all cross slow race. I stay focused on walking through.
Whenever I tell them, even though I know there's other terms, that I did some things that if they're sitting here watching and being arrogant in their ignorance, it's going to affect them. So wait till you go to sleep tonight. When you slumber, when you parlay in the dividends of the other, when you say you dream walking. Stay right here. Don't say shit. Don't hit no light. Stay right here so it can increase.
I am my circle, how I govern four corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. How we call when bro and I spit flows dope, man, fly in the shell.
And you don't get to come back. Hey, what's going on? Appreciate that. But we still got the other two monkeys that have a hard time saying something. So please, I'm not going to even mention you again. Stay right there. And then let me know tomorrow when I go live. Come on back. I don't care what platform you work for, who you think you are. Hey, what that one is she? Papa. What's going on, beloved? Appreciate that. That is what family's supposed to do. Appreciate that.
My squares, my lift. Ask, is it worth the ride? Yeah, it's rash spit. But the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried, this kitten that it tried to eclipse my soul, bounce back from it. Announce that I'm done with being the sacrificial lamb. The jungle, I run it, thus the lion conquereth.
He's looking at me with big round eyes going, uh-oh.
The sun lit on you false lights. Don't have to be gold to glitter. After some the papa just for sure.
He closed his eyes. He's way over there by the window, y'all. So yeah, he just closed his eyes. Okay. Yeah, she's relaxed now.
Masturbate her back. Originally pretty, take the mask off. 360 on my square, see the circle. If
I'm not looking for believers. Those are fools. I'm looking for people that know, want to know.
Leave a footprints in the asphalt. You've an outline correction. Last roll, I blast off, I crash off to the next zest of living. Secretly, sex some whose ass off. When she walked the ass
give me the cat eye.
Back to it like who makes sure Yanni sing her response. She dons me.
I'm surprised that people didn't want to wear that. Our cats are not like the big cats. They have eyes like lizards, while the big cats have eyes like ours. And one cat has eyes like dragons without the slit. I'm not going to go into that today. That'll be for another time. I'm just waiting to see who else might discuss or talk about it, so I can call BS on anything they say. From now on, I'm going to call BS on anybody that's teaching something and they shouldn't be teaching it based on true knowledge of knowing. Like we had this one sister going friends into the catacombs. And you know, they got the skulls with shapes of hearts and all stacked. Over 6 million people. I said, what you don't know, that is the original people of the land. It's like over in Italy, it's like in Germany, it's like in England. There are catacombs all over the place with the bones of the original people stacked high.
Most social media saviors are fake marks once we make.
Warren, what's going on, my man? What's going on? Eva's good. I am from Indigenous One. Oh, okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get ready to get this started. Hold on. Just want to let a few more people come in. Give it about 4 more minutes. I ate after working out, and I've got an energy rush.
Woman and child, resilient and all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each.
So our beloved Aginoid,
spiritualities, how you
ToLU'S
laugh.
Alright.
Beach is still a beach. Now feel the beach.
Y'all can find them on SoundCloud.
Internet forms, sigils,
And
emojis as an
you got Max B, Old Mac, I think he's doing some love. You got DJ ZPE, got a bunch of guys.
She may restore him.
We got Cedar, a few other people who haven't played that music.
Ways the heart as I sun ray my art her made the patriarch.
We got a plethora of individuals.
Saviors I face marks once we
got a plethora. I got Jah Brickz, but his he's getting paid from there. So even though he's said I can use it, I don't want copyright. So, and he's from my home Brick City. So even though I'm playing this music, and some of it's old, some of it's fairly new within the fake-demic time, go and support the brothers, hit the heart, subscribe, and share the music. Get it streaming, because we have a plethora of indigenous autochthonous people making music that is magnificent, and we need to screw these fake you-know-whats and take back over control of our dynamic. But today I hope I share something. So the stuff that I was sharing a year ago when I was reading Flatlanders and the things I've talked about, and those who have come to meet me, and I showed them how to ground. There's many different ways. There's no one way of grounding or bringing in some harmony, reconnecting with all the noise, or what they call white noise or information that's keeping people confused. I show them how to reconnect to that lower frequency. That doesn't mean lower level. It means the place of being grounded, finding not just the normalcy, but it's bigger than that. But it's to start somewhere. And the brothers who have come and they have done it with me, as long as they keep it going, but they can tell you at that moment of doing with me, there's even people in the morning. I'm not the only one. When I'm doing what I'm doing, people come outside now from other places and they join me. I actually had to go over here because the guy and him, his brother and him, came over there. My boy, Mr. Eric Snowden, came over there. The Chinese guy lives here. He's Chinese, Korean, whatever. He owns a restaurant. I think he was hungover. He came and joined in. He was like, I heard you way over there. And I was like, I didn't know if I should come. So I had several people this morning, cloud hands, learning. And actually, it took about 5 times with the chom. What you're doing is you're finding that grounded signal base and finding this place that's empty. It's not really empty. It's a void of mystics, all of you and everything of your history. And when you find it, everybody's voice, you only hear one. Am I lying, delusions? You only hear one. In the beginning, you hear the octaves of the different tones of our baritone voices, or a cappella, higher. But what happens, usually around 2 or 3 times, when you show them how to properly breathe and oxygenate, pushing all the carbon out from the diaphragm, nobody has to say anything. And I know it's always usually the 3rd time. And it hits, and it sounds like only one person, one individual. I don't like the word persons or peoples, but one sentient life, as it's supposed to be. And then you get back into doing certain little exercises, and your body feels magnificent. It feels different. But that's only, let's say here, it's only a minute piece of information. You got to get up to here. Then on your own, you can expand it and you'll see things totally different. Okay? You'll see it way different from what you see. I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. You know what I'm saying? Let's give it a couple more minutes.
Knowledge born is when time and space rock the great
explain what I'm
whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Wage the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors I face, marks the tree make. Knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The last host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and smash. Most of them got vaccinated.
We've been outside all day, and I know he's going out.
At each other for grist and cash, sashing. Watch videos without the subliminals, predictive programming.
I know it's all that says Papa, right? Say Baba. You don't know what that is?
Vegetables, like minerals, the water and skies I fry. New with chemical technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next pop to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox. Off the chart, I continue to climb, watching the rest fly like carp fishing, 100% fresh shark. Walking on the front line, I'm shot because of her,
barbecue.
She's the best part.
They're gonna bring me a plate.
Whether it's day or dark, create this spark. Wage the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media,
I love them.
I face, Marx,
in my heart.
knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great
Let me familiar. You get what I'm saying?
Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate the patriarch. Most social media, saviors I face. Marks must we make. Knowledge one is with the right and peace drops.
All right. So anyway, how's everybody doing? What's going on, beloveds? Baba means father or grandfather. Or it means older brother. As far as time, if you know it. Every time you ran over a cat, killed an animal, and this, that, and other, what do you think replenishes them and keeps the numbers here? What do you think of what the void means? The vast expanse. You buy into the enemy's narrative. And we need to stop saying enemy. There was a movie out some time ago, like Pet Cemetery. They're not meant to be brought back to a certain plane of existence. So what happens? There are other things that exist, y'all, and I'm not giving energy or making this up. There are other things, and I don't mean to be disrespectful by the narrative of this fictional language when I say other things that exist. There truly are. And you could be enumerated amongst that, but you can't. Do you get where I'm coming from? There's a give and a take. You get what I'm saying? No, absolutely you don't know. Because you're still walking in the unknown. Okay? When they say 9 lives, now multiply it by 1 million. And you probably could do it more than that. They not only remember so much more now, the noise and the frequencies and all that play a havoc on them, even though they haven't been jabbed up. But most of y'all take your animals and you get them jabbed up, don't you? Isn't it funny how a lion only lives so long out in the desert, in the Sahara, or whatever? But you put them in a cage environment, they live a few years, maybe 5 or 10 years longer. Do you know why? Because not only are they being fed raw, they're being fed on a regular, and they get to play depending upon the environment. There's a natural consort in a relationship between us and them that every once in a while you can see an attack happen that's based upon memory. It's not because that's the desire of the animals. Bears will always run. When I worked in New Jersey and I did construction, all right, we saw black bears all the time. And most of the time, people would see me running at the black bear going, he's crazy. And the bear would shoot off like a bolt of lightning up a tree and watch from a distance. And when they felt it safe, they'd come down watching us work, and they would leave slowly looking back, slowly, because they are in fear of a memory. I didn't do it because I wanted to harm them, but there's a misbalance because a lot of people I work with are very dark and vile people. All right. At that time, I mean, I was like 255, just straight up raw, shining, glistening, veins all over, looking like something off of, some crazy looking SpongeBob, muscle bound, but they didn't bother me, and I got along well with everybody because they always asked me questions about the work, being a brick mason and carpenter. But what I want to do, all right, to be through the chase, is I want to go ahead and share something. I asked you something there, Ganja. I asked about when we ground together. I was speaking on it. I figured you would have said something to them to let them know I'm not making it up. And I know you're still grounding. You better be. So anyway, I want to go ahead and let you hear this. All right. I'm not going to let you hear it all. I'm going to tell you where. All right. Because I didn't type it in here because I am part of it. Now I could do it in video on my laptop. I could. And I got it all figured out. But there's some things I still got to tweak with Ganja. Because there are other platforms that are much easier. But we've actually got this one tied in, so I want to do that. So, Mecca, what's going on, beloved? Salutations, what's happening? So, I want to play this, and I really want you to listen, okay? And I really, truly hope. I hope that you can hear it good enough, okay? So, remember I used to always, let me read this first, because I have information. So, I'm always talking about frequencies, right? And they want you to believe in a God outside, and they want you to believe in some Satan and Lucifer and all this other crap. I know it's going to bother some people, But please be bothered. And I really want you to pay attention. They want you to believe in good and evil, sin, sinners, and all that. When I'm talking about oscilloscope, some of you dealt with in high school or middle school, you go further on beyond that to get into the dynamics of capacitors and, you know, electrodes and all that kind of stuff. Well, frequency is the word sin. Well, how is that? What is sin when you think about sine wave? When we look at this, right? When we look at this, let me show you. And we want to discuss hertz, right? Hertz. When we think about hell in the lower levels, right? When we go here, this is 783. I want you to listen. You can't hear it, can you? What it is, it sounds like this. Now, this is at 7.83, to which you mitigate when you ground your feet. I got the fan on. I need it on, y'all. I'm sorry. It's like 80, 88, 91 degrees in here. So, yeah. The windows are closed. It's just the fan, me and him, and it's hot, but it's decent, bearable. Now, this one. $199. That affects animals. It will draw birds and animals. My cat just ran over here. I've done this many times. I know what I'm talking about. It will draw them in. Ain't that right, Papa? Here, let's do it again. Okay? Let's do it again, Papa. All right? Listen. Now he doesn't know what to do. Now he's gone. But he's standing there watching, and he's looking around. Why? Because that's messing with his sinew sign. Now it's off. He's coming back. And he's seeking comfort, and he's trying to figure out where'd that come from. Because this place is a death trap, it's bouncing off. Remember oratory? So, again, that's at 34.5. So that's 3,000. So I take it back down to 7.8. Let's take it up to 7.53. It's a little low, even though it's lower. Let's take it to right about. All right, let me pause this. Let me take it to 4. This is what you can't hear through your. This is what you can't hear through your TV, but it's in there. It's like an inoculation for those who aren't aware. Let me. This is hard to get. All right. Okay. Oh, it just had 440. All right. Okay. Almost. Hold on, Bubba. I know it's disturbing, Bubba. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to give it 440 because it makes me sick. Just letting you know. All right. I want you to see it first. Okay, and there it is. Now, it's not exactly 440 as you believe. It's 440.69. Always 69. All right? I want you to listen. He's running away. Oh, shit. Y'all wake up and you hear that. I know y'all hear that in your head. And remember, about 5 months ago, even 3 months ago, I spoke upon taking that when you hear it and fine-tuning it because it's in your tune. You have to learn how to mitigate in that void and change your persona. You really do. And you're capable of more than that to eradicate that high frequency and bring it down where it becomes. That's why it's important to get your charms, your plums, your roms, and magnify those by deep breathing. Wim Hof already proved to you that you can control cold if you know how to breathe and you allow your mind to access that plausible, very tangible reality. You can run barefoot in sub-zero degrees, swim in sub-zero water. for minutes upon hours. When you realize that you control your blood flow, your heart doesn't pump blood because it's doing this. I told you, I've seen body parts laying outside on the street, still twitching and moving. I'm not here to be grotesque and get into all that. And I've seen lungs still trying to breathe outside outside the body. I've seen a liver fidgeting. I've seen the heart pumping with nothing to pump, and which is not pumping. It's reacting to electrical stimuli that's still reserved in it. I've seen the brain mitigating fluctuations with this. Look, I've seen it all. I've seen a hand doing this, laying there. All right. So what you need to know is frequencies are important. So sign or sin, which you believe to be sin, is what is a sign. Not as an S-I-G-N or H. It is S-I as in swine, S-I-N-E, sign. A sine wave is a geometric waveform that oscillates, moves up and down, or side to side, periodically, and is defined by the function of the y equals sin, x. Do you understand that? We don't have to get Terrence Howard here. It's real simple. It's not complicated based upon the fractured mind. It's something that you have to learn how to mend. Remember we went over when they, in 1930 what? When they said, okay, we're going to make sure that 440s in all the music. 6-9. There's a reason why they say 6-9. Don't take it for sexual in court, because you got to remember that is what? The 6 is upside down or the 9 is upside down. That's why they say 69. It's based on what? This collusion of the effect of the volume of the frequency, right? The variable that locks it in. It's like that last little channel that you don't have to tweak. It's established. It's a connection. You dig what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and play this for you, giving you a synopsis, and let you hear the first little tidbit, and then we'll listen to another one. Now, mind you, this is from Divine Being Megatron. Divine Being Megatron. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it up.
To sin, and sin means we are born into sin, and sin means sine wave. Sine waves moves through atoms, and atoms are toroidal fields. We were born into atom, which is physical matter, which is sin, the sine wave. Everything in this creation has a sine wave. The dollar bill is a sine wave. The sun moves in a sine wave pattern. Our deep sine wave. The zodiac is a sine. The zodiac is a sine. Our DNA is a sine wave. The zodiac is a sine wave. So the sin of Eve equals the sine wave. And when Eve bit into the forbidden fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, this represents the central nervous system, and the tree of life your cardiovascular system. The Garden of Eden is your body, and the Holy Land is your head, which is heaven. The body is also Solomon's temple, the temple of the soul and the mon, the soul and the mind. The Bible is an encoded story. You just have to read it right. And if you want to know the truth about everything, yourself, the universe, comment with, we are born into sin. And sin.
Hold on. Now, there is a book that you can purchase. All right. So I'm going to give you his page and let you see for yourself. Okay. But I want to play this other one. And this is absolutely phenomenally magnificent and beautiful. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel. If he does, then we could do split share or whatever. I don't care. I wouldn't even care if he got all of it. I want you to hear. I want you to hear this one.
They are trapping your soul in the earth. Your body is a technological computer running the simulation to your mind, your consciousness. You do not experience the external world. You only experience the electrical impulses on your nervous system. You do not look into reality. What you see is an image produced by the visual cortex in your brain. You are only experiencing the brain and the central nervous system, not the world. The body is the earth. This is why the word heart is earth, because when the heart stops, you leave this veil of consciousness. The head is called the temple because this is where God resides. This is where the mind is, the invisible consciousness which has access to the other higher dimensions of consciousness. They have tricked you into materialism. They've tricked you into believing that you are only the physical body, which traps your mind in physicality. The mind can go forward and backwards in time, which means it exists outside of the third dimension, outside of time, space and matter. Your body is a part of the third dimensional construct, which means it can only stay in the present moment. It cannot go in the past or future, just like your mind can. The devil is the de-veil. They want your mind stuck to the physicality, stuck in third dimensional awareness. This is why they get you addicted to all of the physical pleasures, food, lust, money, and all material things, so that your mind keeps entertained by physical things. When you die, your mind will still have the same addictions from when it was in the physical plane. This means it will come back and reincarnate again into physicality. This is why you need to strip off all addictions and detach from the external world, because this body is just a veil on top of your consciousness. They are trapping your soul in the earth. Your body is a technological computer running the simulation to your mind, your consciousness. You do not experience the external world. You only experience the electrical impulses on your nervous system. You do not look into reality. What you see is an image produced by the visual cortex in your brain. You are only experiencing the brain and the central nervous system, not the world. The body is the earth. This is why the word heart is earth, because when the heart stops, you leave this veil of consciousness. The head is called the temple because this is where God resides. This is where the mind is, the invisible consciousness which has access to the other higher dimensions of consciousness. They have tricked you into materialism. They are trapped.
Now, do you understand the importance of the chemical lobotomy? The fluoridation of the pineal gland? Solomon's temple? What is Solomon? A salamander that slithers on the ground? Or an individual of truth? Or something eternal that is external? I've been saying this for so long, and somebody found this individual and was like, Red, dude. And I think you, if you're in here, go ahead and put a 1 up. But they shared it to my account. He was on the other page. He says, dude, everything you saying on the other page, because they knew they knew to come over here because of a post I made some time ago. And he's like, I found this. I want you to listen to this guy. And I was like, okay. And this is all, this guy's been doing this recently. I'm going to show you his page. Let me go to his page, okay?
Are trapping your soul in the earth.
So I'm going to show you his page, okay? He has an ink tree. Does he have a, I never even checked it. Let me see. Does he have a YouTube channel? I don't see it. He has books that he's sharing in English. He's German. This is his page. Screenshot it. Go and check it out. And you'll see that I haven't been lying. You can see when he created the page. You can see. When I said we are the serpent people, it doesn't mean that we're literally dragons and snakes. This is stuff that is itemized. A narrative to paint another picture that was used against you to entrap you, to enslave you after they've ensnared you. Divine being Metatron. You yourself are Metatron. You just don't know it. For God is within you and outside of you, everywhere. God is not a name. It is not a person or a thing or a people or existence. It is just a reality that they keep you locked away from. Oh, it's bigger than you can imagine. And I've been attempting to explain this for decades without cell phones at the time, and not accepting the reality of a truth and ignoring it because it was scary. And then when I stepped into it, things changed. And then they tried to kill me. These fucking monkeys who don't even know how it really works. And that's why it's important for you to step into your, or acquiesce your true essence. That is not something like folic acid or the essence of oil or lemon and lime. It's bigger yet so compact and smaller than you can even imagine. And it's not an occult, and it's not magic or some mystic things. All those things you must eradicate, because just like tobacco or nicotine, coffee and alcohol and crack and everything else, it is nothing but another drug. You have to find a way within you to oscillate a removal of it, to detox yourself from those things that keep you hindered, because they've taken everything that was natural and they have perverted it to further encase you in this vile, this thing that they want you to call life, which that is not the name of your existence. One more. I'm going to my shame
Attracting your
stuff.
soul.
I'm not listening to all that. The Black Mirror.
Black Mirror mirror was used for fortune telling and contacting interdimensional beings. We see this in Snow White's Mirror Mirror on the Wall. They were also called scrying mirrors. Scry became screen, and this is why we use black mirrors every day. The television, tele means communication over a long distance. This is why we have the word like telephone, television, telepath, telekinesis. It's all to do with communication. People would stare into this and then end up communicating with an otherworldly being and asking them questions. If you're watching Black Mirror on Netflix, they are communicating, they are fortune telling you, because they are subconsciously programming you about the future in Black Mirror.
And another one that I personally like. No. You can't see it, and I don't want to put it up. I think that belongs to somebody who has a YouTube channel. But we really don't deserve cats, because how many of y'all ever seen the videos when the baby is crying and the cat puts the pacifier in its mouth, or the kid is too close and they're high up and the cat scratches the kid's hand and pushes them back, and then once the kid is back, they sit there and watch to make sure it doesn't go back? Or how about, there are so many. Why is this? Because our ignorance has been secreted, has been grabbed, soaked up, wringed out, and then something else put in there with the remnants of what was moist, and then let loose to absorb, and it's like synthetic. And the natural of that order is somewhere there, waiting to be sucked back out. But you gotta remove all the toxins, the lies. They're variables to this stuff. And I'm not here, you know, when I'm talking smack, fake, some of those Jews are actually Judean people. They just don't know it. They've converted, not realizing, because they have accepted this white narrative, straight hair, certain look, piety, and everything else. It is everything synthetic compared to reality. And how would they know, and how would you know? That is something you don't need to be vested in. You need to be vested, and those are distractions. And though they're doing very abhorrent things that they'll have to answer for, the answer to things is not what you think it is. And them themselves, because of this conviction of lies, have stirred their own pot. And they have no idea, because they have sublimely accepted. You know, look at the police. They're a fraternal order, mostly Masons, unknowing and knowingly, majority. And they are contracted to do the dumb things they do, which is to lie and everything else. And they are indoctrinated, because it becomes a them against us, which really doesn't exist, only in the narrative that even them in their lower form, walking in a costume, believe it's powerful. Therefore, they have to acclimate to the lowest form of living. And that's why I can medicate suicides and stuff, because I can speak things into truth and don't have to sit there and go over it again and again, because once I've spoken it, vibrated it, it's out there and they can't change it. They can change the lie of existence and end what we call a curse. But if they choose not, they're all bound to it. It's there. But that's on some different power, and I detest that word. And because even those who believe they're better equipped than you, because they made you weak and in pain and everything else, You can override that. Even though it exists in the physical, there are other planes you can walk on in this existence. I am not here to stop anything. But balance will be had. Me or whatever. It will happen. And they can't stop it. I only seek that betterment. Yet there are things that you physically need to learn how to do. You're not going to learn them for the consortium of yoga and Yoda and this, that, and other, because most of the people who find themselves on the top, I mean, look at the Dalai Lama wanting to kiss a little boy. Now do you understand the perversions of something they give to you telepathically, signally, you know? That, oh, but there are righteous individuals, right? When everything they do is based upon a lie, the lotus flower. Do you have a lotus flower that shows truth? Or are you in the Venus flytrap? I just want to know. Because they say this is a Jewish greeting, to which I will tell you it is not. It is more significant than that. I know that some of you are going to go, well, wait a minute. I'm a Hebrew, so your language. I'm a Judean. Okay, you're Israel, and where's the nation? How about the fact that regardless of those diatribes, you acquiesce your existence and stop allowing those outside of you to paint the picture of your existence? First of all, nobody has jurisdiction over you, but as long as you call yourself black, white, all these narratives, you don't recognize the true autochthonous people. A word that I've used since middle school and used to get whooped for, elementary, I mean, yeah. Because I can't pronounce it now. I say automotive, and Miss Winston will be like, boy, you can't say that word. In the jacket closet, for those who remember the schools like that. Yeah, I was a little boy getting my butt tore up in them closet. And we put a lunchbox in our jackets. Boy, they whooped my butt up in there. And then on my way home, boy, I get home. Miller Street. Cat waiting on you. Walking up the Miller Street, going to Willowdale, look at my old house. Turn around and get your butt. Don't cut through Glenfield School. Walk up the block. Don't stop over at the corner store. Get your butt, Bernie's, right? Don't stop up. Get your butt up to Miller Street. The cat in nighttime is waiting for you. And you think that I've just made stuff up in my existence? You have no idea of the story I have to tell. And don't worry, I'm not going to curse people out and this and that. That is to stir the pot, because so many of you move and you oscillate in this worthless frequency that they have stuck you in. Stop discussing things that are worthless. Oh yeah, I know. I put up the little video talking about 60 Red grabbing its junk. Literally, it grabbed its little phallus. And most people are starting to realize that all that you think is a female, oh, they can do things. Okay? Watch Black Mirror. Watch it. But look for the puzzle pieces. Okay? I thought this might be a little more entertaining. I really wanted to read. I don't want to be on here for 2-3 hours. I am pretty hot. I ain't going to lie. I actually want to take a 45-minute nap, because I still got to do some push-ups. I got my wrist wraps, and and I'm going to do baby push-ups, which are really good for the chest, and I'll do some tomahawks, which is helping my back a little bit. But I'm going to do a workout video, and I would like to do that when some brothers come up visit, and because I want to build those things down on our brother's soil, that is our soil as well, and they start the series over. Yo, you got to start it over. When I first started the first season, I was like, whoa. And carbonation too. What was it called? Carbon. You know what I'm talking about. That in itself, that was like, I was just like, oh, they really went about, oh, they really putting it out there for you to see. Because they can't make nothing without the things around. But they can keep you void from a truth. And while everybody keeps looking outside and saying, thank you, Lord, they don't know what they're giving thanks to. They have emptied themselves more. They've taken their chalice. They've taken their cup. Okay? the Holy Grail. All right. Excuse me. And whenever they say in the medieval times, ignore that. You see, they have to put medieval. That means before you're in this evil by the narrative to which you believe is a period of love, like the 60s or 70s. It's all evil because everything that happened during the summer of love, they convinced you in Woodstock and all that was happening was basically evil. Serapis to what? Not a lower frequency like we were talking about sin and the arrival. We're talking about contestants at 440 embarkment and then the destructive. Because you wouldn't have had the Charlie Mansons and all the other stuff and the Ted Bundys and all the other stuff that happened. All right, before that, the Ed Geins and all that stuff. So in the medieval legend, the cup or platter used by so-called Julius Caesar, Jesus, I already told y'all to look into Notre Dame and that what you call that rang the bell, right? Okay. Used by Jesus at the Last Supper, and in which Joseph of Arimathea received Christ's blood at the cross. Quests for it undertaken by medieval knights are described in versions of the Arthurian legends written from the early 13th or 3rd century when the Gujars were making war, changing the narrative, and their scribes that created the Talmud and everything else wrote these things in. Took the King James, our teachings that King James was supposed to take and hide because we were at war too. When he came here, fled there, and he went back to meet his fate, but he was supposed to hide it, which was hidden. But they got some of it, and they created the King James Bible. The reason why it was in Algonquin first, wasn't it Algonquin queen that created Europe, named so much after her, to which they had to banish and destroy the land, ergo, in all the so-called capitals around those countries of so-called New Age Europe, right? The bones of our ancestors in the millions lie underneath in every one of them, whether in France, the Vatican, England, the castles, and everything else. Moratorium's a bastard, isn't it? But only if you give it energy to which you can give and take until you learn how to control that metaphysically, spiritually, or whatever it is you want to believe. So when I go back into reading Flatlandis, maybe some of you will perceive things differently and start to realize, holy smack, that you don't have to be caught up in the vicious cycle that you're in. Whether it's things outside the lane of their fake laws or coming into the notion and narrative to be able to express things or move things based on the condition to which you truly should live without threatening anybody. Because there is an order to things, even outside of the false order itself. And I'm talking about the order they've created. Do you get where I'm coming from? And I hope y'all share this. I hope you hit a thumbs up. I hope you break it down, if you can, a little better. Okay? I have to start. Oh, Mac, what's up, beloved? I already got Ganja Snoo, Marcus Williams. I want to say hi to everybody again. All right? I don't want to just ignore people. All right? Warren Jefferson, I hope you're still here. Eve, 1137. All right? And it's a good thing to have you all up in here. I hope some of that made sense, okay? I felt it was important to share that. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, so it is what it is. He has a, what you call it, if you want to see it, he has a, you can go to it, when you get to his page, you can go to Inktree, okay? Let me do this right quick. Okay.
They are tracking you.
Boom. Boom. I want to save that voice. So, the Book of Wisdom, for those who aren't aware, okay? And all right, the Book of Wisdom, and he actually has it in English for those who aren't aware. He also has the PDF, to which I actually downloaded. I'll show it to y'all in a little bit. But the thing is, excuse me, you have to pay $35. Okay. Let's go to his Inktree. There, it popped up. All right. I want you to see this Wisdom Academy Human Health Guide 2.0 PDF. Orgonite EMF Neutralizing Necklace. The Orgonite necklace, I think that's what somebody might have sent me. I'll show you that in a minute. But that's his Inktree. Okay? Did somebody, was he the one that sent me that? The one who told me about this? No, this is a little different. The one that I have has that namaste on it. That right there is what a lot of y'all see Mr. Howard speaking on. Did y'all pay attention to him? Because a lot of the Masonic or whatever order they belong to are attempting on YouTube to debunk. You even have some goofy little Negro on TikTok who was live talking about, what is he talking about? 1 times 1 equals 1. What kind of crazy stuff? And the people will listen to him just like y'all used to listen to that guy who had the TV show, Shop at Eddie's. Come to Eddie's to get your radio. You know what I'm talking about, right? Crazy Eddie. That's what he was doing. And he looked so dumb and I don't mean to be demeaning, but he looks so inoculated in the foolish transcribed because so many of you don't know these things. So he would make sense to you. But what is a times chart, right? It means to multiply. That you cannot add and subjugate to create 1 out of 1. 1 times 1 equals 2. There's no other way. 1 times 0, if they say, what is that? That means you have to have a greater or lesser than sign in order to even equate that. It's all lies. It's scripted you in. You hold on to it that if I took your children to an island and said red is now black and black is now red, and they're children and I whipped them, that's what black would be red. And red would now be black. I entrust you these things are based upon facts that are outside the natural harmonic balance of things, and you will rifle it right out the barrel without taking the time to make sure the charge, the flint, the black powder is not wet, the charge is sealed, and the flint is strikeable before you go pulling on the trigger and sending it. So I hope that was good. You enjoyed it. I would like to have a real organized stone. Hard to find out here, probably down where ganja is. We could walk around and probably be able to find it, chipping away with a couple of ag pixels. But anyway, who knows, right? All those minerals are here. But there's a reason why they want to steal your history, your land, have you running around blind while they magnified it outside of you, and then you, in turn, magnified it outside of yourselves as well. That's why I said, just let me be, leave me alone. Give me what is mine in this world you have, and I'll be on my way. But see, they're ignorant, and they think they're not. They're still over there murdering people, building a pier, they're doing all these wars and everything. That is the existence of something not so long ago, and they're stuck. They can come out of it. You don't have to be in it. Must there be some physical parameters? It depends on how you really look at it. Is it supposed to be about love? There's no such thing. We are eternally bonded, and you can't even in the facsimile of things, you can't even recognize nor see that. Lucifer is not what you think. There's going to be balance, one way or the other. And I appreciate y'all taking the time. Again, my magnificent, beautiful women, and my little queen, and my brothers, those magnificent kings out there. It's not about color. It's not about some fictional race. It's not about none of that. You have to detoxify your mind and your body. Cleanse your spirit. For those who still buy into this narrative of spirit, you are one big sonic boom that has been nothing but a queef. Share this, and I appreciate you guys.